here I am overlooking the Lewiston Valley. Haven't made a video in a while, but I want to just share something that's kind of personal, and I think it's real timely. I got an article from the pulpit this Saturday. Guy wrote, went to a funeral Sunday to a man that had come to my abundant recovery group. He chose to end his life, and it's such a sad thing. I've seen it too many times in my years in recovery and ministering to people, and people come in to get sober and they find out after they get sober that alcohol just covered up a lot of other problems, and a lot of times it's mental issues. It's bipolar, it's depression, it's anxiety, and the alcohol just kind of keeps tabs on that until you quit drinking, and then you got to deal with that. I was there. I had to deal with that. I quit drinking, and I done just fine. I was horribly depressed while I was drinking, but I didn't take anything because I wanted to drink. But when I quit, about a few years after I quit, depression set in after a lot of circumstances, but I was ready to end my life. I was totally so depressed. And a man told me I needed Jesus, and I thought, I love the story. A lot of people know my story. I went to church, and I really did good for a long time in church until the Lord called me into a ministry, and first year in that ministry, after a year, I just got so depressed again. I started carrying the weight of the world upon my shoulders. I was going to sober every alcoholic, every drug addict. I was going to change the world, and I found out I couldn't do it, and I was packing, and I was going down. And one day I ran across the Southway Bridge in January. I thought, I'm ended. I'm jumping off. I'm done. I'm through. I can't take this anymore. Thank God for the Holy Spirit, because he says, what are you thinking? And I went to my doctor the next day, and he put me on an antidepressant. That was several years ago. And I want to tell you right out, straight and honest, I'm not ashamed of it. I still take it to this day. I take one small dose every night before I go to bed, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm as strong as a horse. I'm physically fit. I just have a chemical imbalance that gets going, and it throws me off. It doesn't happen. I don't have the heart palpitation. I don't have the anxiety. I don't have the depression with this small dose. So I'm just making it public. If I could say this and have 100 people judge me, it'd be great if I could just have open the eyes of one person to see if they need that. Lots of people take high cholesterol, high blood pressure, blood thinners, you name it. I take none of that stuff, and I'm sure they're not ashamed of taking that stuff. They have to. It's medicine that's helping them. There's medicine that can help you. You need to take it. And I was a few years sober, and I sponsored a guy named Jerry, and he come to a meeting, and he was really depressed, and he went to a doctor, and they gave him a prescription for an antidepressant, and he came and he shared that at the meeting, and he got ostracized, and people made fun of him. You don't need that, you got a higher power. Well, he listened to him. I told him not to, but he did. You know what happened? 3 weeks later, they found him hung in his closet. He hung himself because of that, because he was depressed. He wouldn't take that medicine. I see it so many times when people come in, they get sober, a lot of them have bipolar issues. And when they pretty soon they get to feeling good, they get back into society. Before you know it, they feel so good they quit taking their medicine. And you say, where'd so-and-so go? You find out, well, he's back in jail, he's back on the drugs, he's back on the booze, or he's dead. I've seen every one of those situations happen. He's dead. So I just trying to make a little bit more awareness of this use of antidepressant. Don't be ashamed of it. If you need to take that, you need to take that. There's people that do, and I'm just sharing that right now from my heart, and I hope this can help somebody. So that's my serious message from the top today. Well, share later. I love you all. Thank you.